everybody, and welcome to another episode of Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet that goes to Pandora just to bring you back some great loot. I'm your host, Chad.
I'm your host, Rob, and today we're going to be reviewing Borderlands 2 for the Xbox.
On Thursday, we're going to be talking about a Halloween spooky film called Paranormal Activity number 4.
Number 4. I cannot believe we've gotten that far.
I know, it's crazy.
Like always, you can check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/epicgeekout, and also check out the website, www.epicgeekout.com.
You can also follow us over at Twitter @EpicGeekOut. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, then you'll get all the new episodes when they come out. But let's get into our review of Borderlands 2. So today we're talking about the brand new game that has just come out from Gearbox Software Studios, and it is called Borderlands 2, the sequel to Borderlands 1.
I think the surprise hit.
Yeah, definitely. It was out a couple years ago. Basically, it's a first-person RPG game based around loot, so you're striving to get loot. It takes place on a world called Pandora, where you take on the guise of one of 4 classes. Each class carries different abilities, different types of gameplay. One's kind of like a tank character, one's more like the silent, stealthy character. And you go throughout the world fighting this guy named Handsome Jack and get involved in different story-based missions, also just killing monsters, and you gain loot from that.
Side
upgrade your
quests
character.
and all that, you know, kind of stuff.
Yeah, and neither of us played the first Borderlands. We missed it. We weren't doing the show at the time, so we weren't playing every game that came out.
Yeah.
And it definitely...
Just 95%
exactly,
of the games.
Unfortunately. But it got a lot of critical acclaim, highly regarded game for Xbox, but this is out for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. And what did you think of your time with it?
Yeah, so again, we played it on Xbox, and the one thing I do want to say that I want to go back and try is, you know, we kind of shared a copy, and we didn't get a chance to play the multiplayer, which I really want to go back and try, because I think that would skyrocket this game, the co-op, because I love a co-op experience. I think that could really make this game tremendous. Because I've said in the past, I get kind of tired of just that a single-player game anymore. I've experienced the craziness that is online play, and I enjoy that. I like knowing the option is there, you know, to team up with a friend. So it has that. We've heard nothing but great things about that. So, you know, certainly something that I would like to try. Again, we can't compare it to the first because we didn't play it. So it was very unique and very fresh for me. I played Zero. I forget what his name was. But, you know, it's kind of the stealthy-ish guy. And, you know, I didn't get into, you know, the end game of this or really, you know, a high level or anything like that. But from what I played, I really dug it. It was so unique, so much fun, getting the different weapons, throwing in different weapons, killing the people, you know, facing the humans versus the monsters, you know, just jumping around, staying mobile while you're shooting the people, you know, they come up close, rocking a melee hit, you know, like all that kind of stuff was done so really well. The art style of this game, you know, I'm guessing it looks very similar to the first game, but it was awesome. I really enjoyed it. From seeing gameplay just of the first game and of the second game, I'm like, I don't know if that's, you know, my thing. But getting into it, you kind of forget that it's this different style and you're immersed in the world. And I really enjoyed that. And I thought it was great. The funny moments in this game, I'm pretty sure the little robot said Elon Z, which I'm not sure if that happened, but I'm pretty sure it did. There are just so many like self-aware moments in this. And the guy's like, I'm speaking in just exposition at this point. And I'm like, that is just so funny. And I appreciate that kind of humor. And I can tell that that's, you know, in it throughout the whole game. You know, things that some people might just not get, you know, and I'm sure there were jokes that I didn't get. So I really enjoyed the game and my time with it.
Yeah, I also enjoyed it as well. I discovered that for some reason I've lost my ability to play first-person shooters. I don't know what it is, and I've got to get better because Halo 4 is coming out soon. So we're going to be playing a lot of that. Yeah, but I don't know what it is. I think we've been playing so many third person, and like I've been doing a lot of PC gaming. But I echo pretty much what you're saying. The cell shading style of the art was awesome. I mean, it's not something that I'm always looking forward to in games, cell shaded games, because I'm always looking forward to the realistic, gritty looking things a lot. I mean, on surface judgment, that's what I look for, but this was awesome. The comedy was awesome, hysterical. As far as everything else goes, the combat was, despite the fact of me sucking, was fun. Loot is just great in games because it gives you a reason to keep going, to get the next better gun, level up your character. I felt like the leveling up was pretty quick. I mean, that's one thing with WoW where, I mean, that's a completely unrelated game, besides the fact that it's an RPG, but once you get to those later levels, and it could be like that with this, but it just takes so long to get that next level, and you want that carrot constantly keeping you motivated to gain a level, gain another skill. I think this did a good job of balancing that throughout. Weapons made you feel unique and overpowered. Every time you get a new weapon, it was fun to try that out. And I felt like it was a little difficult, despite the fact that I suck at the first-person shooter. I felt like it was difficult at parts, single player. I think maybe if you had the co-op, I think it was kind of built around that co-op experience.
Yeah.
But I had a couple monsters where it was so hard, and not even that it was hard really to beat the monster, because I kind of knew exactly what to do to beat that boss, but I would run out of ammo. And then what do? I mean, you can't melee the giant boss thing. And then I'd die, and then I'd respawn with the same amount of ammo, with no way to get more ammo, because it was in that beginning area. And I was just kind of left like, this is not fun, because I'm kind of just respawning.
And that does
trying to get the best hits off,
when a game gets to that point where you don't know what to do, because that's when I tend to put down the controller as well. Yeah,
and I mean, I was dodging the monster, but and I eventually beat it for sure. But it took me a couple goes, and that's frustrating, especially since that was the beginning portion of the game.
Sure.
Moving past that forward, and this game's been out for a month. We've only gotten to play it, this week. But I don't know what there is to be held, but I think I'll try to keep playing it and see what else there is to offer. I mean, it's
yeah,
fun.
Definitely, and I think we definitely have to try at one point where I just go out, rent it as well.
Yeah.
And we can try the co-op, because I really think that is what's going to propel this game to the next level. You have your mics on. You're sharing those holy crap moments with a friend. Because they're and even the funny moments. I don't think I've played a game that co-op that had funny moments throughout it, which I think would be really enjoyable to play with a friend as well. So it did well, right? I mean, there's a tremendous fan base out there. So, I'm looking forward to getting some more game time.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a game we wanted to check out. We missed. There's a couple games coming up that we're excited about. So, we're kind of catching up before we move forward with like Halo and whatnot. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited for that.
Yeah, so a couple games to come from us, but check out Borderlands 2 if you haven't already. It's a hit. So, I mean, at least rent it, because it's definitely worthwhile. So that's it for another episode, but before we let you go, we want to give our thanks for some awesome geek things. Rob, what's your thanks today?
So my thanks kind of tie into what we're doing on Thursday. On Thursday, again, we're reviewing Paranormal Activity 4. So I'm going to give my thanks to the first 3 Paranormal Activity movies, all of which we saw first and third in theaters, and the second one, I think, at the house. But literally, I was scared to death. Not to death, because I'm not dead, but very close to it in so many portions of those movies. I think, who knows? We have not seen the fourth one yet, so it might get old. It might not, have its same allure that it had for the first 3. But, I enjoyed all 3 of them. I think they really did creative, scary things. In the third, when all the stuff in the kitchen was on the roof and then just fell,
what's wrong with this picture?
Exactly. And it just has so many cool moments like that. Really creative filmmaking. So I'm looking forward to going to see the 4th.
Cool. I'm going to thank a show that I've been catching up on. I saw originally when it was on television last year. Saw like the first 6 or so episodes. For some reason, just stopped watching, even though I did enjoy And now the rest of the first season has been put on Netflix. The second season is airing. Once Upon a Time. Awesome show. I mean, it sounds so stupid. It really does. It's about fairy tales, but listen, come on. It's the writers of Lost. Okay, they put in lost things for you. You know, they have like the Apollo bars and whatnot. But they really do. I mean, it isn't as girly as it sounds. It isn't as girly as it sounds. They do. There's a cool storyline. Basically, they take traditional story fairy tales, they twist them, so they're all kind of different and like new and fresh. But then, like, they take the story, the fairy tale world, and they kind of put it in the real world, where all the characters forget that they're from the stories, and they're living. The only person that knows is the evil queen, because she's now the mayor of this town, and kind of stuff goes crazy. I mean, it's really, really interesting and cool and fun and new and something different that's on TV. You know, it kind of takes the stuff that you know, but twists it, and which is great. And it's on Netflix, so I mean, there's no shame in checking it out. I won't tell anybody. Unless you check in on Get Glue, then I'll know. But thanks for watching this episode. We'll be back on Thursday, as Rob said, with Paranormal Activity 4, just in time for your Halloween season. But check back for that. Have a great day.